We've got 5 plays for you here on our show. Of course, Predictive Modeling is brought to you by Bet Rhythm. Claim your 14-day free trial right now when you open up a new account over at Bet Rhythm. Now, of course, with modeling, you're able to bet smarter. And of course, what I really like about Bet Rhythm is you're able to create custom models. That's what I do. I create custom models. I load in my 5 key factors in my model, then I attach a weight to them, and then Rhythm handles all the grunt work. So I'm able to save 30 minutes to 2 hours a day on my handicap, and I'm able to handicap the entire board because Rhythm takes care of all the grunt work, and they find the best bets, they find the best edges for me on my plays. And of course, the guideline here is to play the games that from your model that to have an edge between 5 and 25%. Those are play on. And also, too, you can make multiple models. So you can make multiple models with different factors. And a lot of times you can go in there and see if you have consensus on your 3 models or 5, whatever model, how many models you play. See if you have consensus on a single game. That's a great way to play as well. So you guys have full control. Unlike some of those other stats products out there where you have to where they kind of download to you their factors, and you don't even know what goes into their modeling. So you're basically getting prediction sites, tool sites out there. You have no clue what factors they're using. It's more for the sophisticated user out there who wants control over their model, always wanted a model, but you were worried it took too much time. Well, right now, all you have to do here with Rhythm is focus on your model, and the Rhythm app handles everything else. So no more scraping data, trying to crunch numbers, find the variances, find the best bets, stats, and all that is taken care of by the app. So right now, you can claim that 14-day free trial over on Apple, over at the Google or Android store. So it works great with your phone or on your desktop. You make the call, but anyway, bet smarter with Rhythm because, again, you're seeing the entire board, and you can be 100% certain that your entire factors are factored into every game that's handicapped on the board. Listen, our mind slips sometimes, right? We try to handicap using our minds, right? Or sometimes watching games, that's not a way to handicap. Looking at line moves, well, it's funny when you start getting into modeling, you start wondering, sharps don't use the same models. Sharps use different models. So you don't know. I mean, it's interesting out there. People talk about sharp sides. Until you start really modeling, you kind of get an idea of the marketplace. When you start modeling, you become the sharp because you're finding games that, your models can be hit at 59, 57%. So guess what? You become a sharp when you start creating custom sports betting models. And that's really what happens there. It's just nothing more than a consensus of all these sharps running their models. Which model is performing best? That kind of determines the sharp action. Okay, it's very simple. This opens up your eyes about betting. When you start customizing your models and you start to understand the difference with sharps. Sharps can be on different sides because their models can be tweaked differently. And you'll find that out when you start getting into the sharp world here and you create a custom sports model. That's right, you become a sharp when you customize your models. All right, let's get this one underway, guys. I'm just trying to teach you guys something here that I really believe in is modeling sports, and I've been doing it. You guys have known. How do you handicap all these games? Well, simply you got to model. But before in the past, there was a lot of grunt work that went into this stuff, right? And I don't have to do that now with the Rhythm app. Right now, I'm finishing up my modeling for college basketball. Once I've got those models down, I'll start giving out some of those picks too. I'm transitioning here from the old way to the new way, which is so much better. All right, let's get this one underway. As I said before, we are giving different picks out than what we gave on the overnight show. So I just want to make note that I'm always going to try to look for money lines when possible. I'm not going to force money lines. Again, they have to fit within that 5 to 25% edge. If they're below or above, I don't say, why don't you go and give a 30% or 40% edge, because your model shouldn't be that much over market, right? So that situation you kind of stay away from, or there may be a flag up there needing there may be some injury. So I'm going to only stick to the green in that 5 to 25% mark. All right, let's get this one underway. Bowling Green and Kent. We'll get us started here on predictive modeling for today's show. We're going to come in here. I'm going to lay the points here. That's probably why you're not going to get a money line in this game, because this one between Bowling Green and Kent. Of course, I gave the under in the game on my video. We're going to go here on predictive modeling, give you 10.5 points here with Bowling Green. We know Kent, least experienced team in all of college football. Boy, the way they looked horrible. They're letting Akron come back on them in the closing seconds. It just shows you how bad that secondary is right now. Of course, the Kent team here not doing well here offensively, just averaging 257 yards a game in conference. And of course, Bowling Green defending well against the run and pass and holding teams just 244 yards a game. So we like Bowling Green, lay the 10.5. Win probability comes in at 65.1%. There's a 24.8% edge here. That's pretty much premium. That's pretty much premium, if you ask me. My numbers, these are my numbers, not somebody else's. Based on my handicapper factors, I come out here. Bowling Green should be about a minus 15.8 favorite. The only minus 10.5. Huge edge here. Bowling Green minus 10.5 is a play. All right, let's continue on here on predictive modeling here for Wednesday. Next game up here, we're going to have 5 different games here. We're not going to have 2 picks on a side today. Akron and Miami O going head to head here. We see Miami O favorite here, 17.5 in this one. And with predictive modeling show today, we're going to come in here with Akron Miami Ohio under the total of 38 points. In the video, I took the favorite, as you can understand here. Again, under here has to do with Akron here, 127th in total offense. They run for just 3.2 yards a carry. Inefficient passing team. And one thing with Miami O is they're defending the ball. They defend well, and they're efficient in defending the pass. And Zips in conference averaging less than 16 points a game. We're going to go under here. Win probability here with the under, 63.5% based on my handicapping factors in my model. That gives me about a 20.7% edge. Based on my handicapper factors in my model, which are consistent, my total points here are 34.1. So we see a big edge here, big variance here in the number. I'll go under 38 between Akron and Miami O. All right, let's continue here on predictive modeling here for Wednesday. Next game up will be Eastern Michigan and Toledo. We've seen this line get really, really big here. As you know, in the video, I gave out the underdog here, Eastern Michigan. Here, we're going to go Eastern Michigan and Toledo under the total here, under 45. Of course, I'm using a consensus line based on my model. So we have all of the U.S. sports books in my model, and then we will find a consensus. So it will differ as I continue to use the sharpest book in the world here on the graphic. All right, so in this one, under 45, we're seeing a really good defense here by Eastern Michigan, holding teams at just 55.8% completions. They really limit the big plays defensively. In conference, they're holding teams at 23 points a game. Not a big fan of DeQuan Finn, kind of one of those hot, cold quarterbacks. Past 3 games, Toledo averaging just 22 points a game. And Eastern Michigan in the past have been a really pretty good underdog for me. So the win probability here on this underplay, win probability 62.7%. We have about a 19.8% edge. And based on my handicapping factors, I loaded my model. These are my numbers, not somebody else's. So these are my handicapper factors on my custom model. The way I handicap consistently and have done for several years, which I programmed into the system, I have a total points of 40.7. So I have about a 4.3% variance here in this game. So under the total here, 45, Eastern Michigan and Toledo. All right, let's continue. I just want to make note that Rhythm doesn't give you the picks. You make the picks. It's your you're doing the thinking. Rhythm just handles all the grunt work that I have to do in the past. So I'm saving 20 minutes to 2 hours a day, maybe even more now with all these sports overlapping. I'll find out once I finish my models up on the college basketball if that number goes up. It probably will. I wouldn't doubt it. All right, we got through the first 3 picks here, so let's get to pick 4 here. We're going NBA tonight. Clippers and the Nets. I will have money lines on these picks here. So again, these are different. Again, remember, these picks will be different than what I gave overnight. So if I give out a spread, then I'll give you a total or a money line. If I give a spread, I'll give you a total or a money line. If I give you a total, it'll be a spread or a money line. I never give money lines on the overnight shows, but I'm always looking for money lines first here on the show. All right, so here we go. Clippers and Nets. We're going to take Brooklyn Nets here, money line plus 178 in this one. And we know the Brooklyn Nets have been a pretty good shooting team this year for the season. And they're 7th in offensive efficiency, averaging 116 points per 100 possessions. On the road, the Clippers have really struggled to defend. And one thing here with the defend here, Brooklyn defends the 3-point line. And from 3, they're shooting nearly 39%. From 3, and they're pretty good on with their overall shooting. So we'll come here with the Brooklyn Nets here, money line here on predictive modeling, plus 178. Win probability for the Nets tonight, 42.3%. That's based on my handicapper factors. Remember, this is my custom model. This isn't somebody else's numbers, a tool. My handicapper factors, my method of handicapping, win probability 42.3%. I've got a 17.6% edge here. Based on my handicapping factors, I've got this one, LA Clippers 113.6, Brooklyn 111.5. That's enough of an edge here to take it the money line at the plus 178. So basically, my number is telling me the Clippers should be about a 2.1, about a 2-point favorite. So there's a huge edge here in the money line, plus 178. All right, let's continue on here on predictive modeling. Let's get to the next game here for you. We will go in with this one here between the Golden State Warriors and Denver Nuggets. We've seen this one move up to 4 now with Denver. A lot of money coming on Denver, but on predictive modeling, we're going to be taking the Warriors here, money line, plus 143, maybe plus 149 based on what you can. This is a consensus number here, plus 143. So do your line shopping, get the best numbers. You know, the issue here is Murray's injury is definitely the concern in this game, especially with the Warriors guards out there. Chris Paul, you've got Thompson you got to keep an eye on. Curry's been shooting the ball very, very well. And I know Green's out there, Murray's out, but we're going to go ahead and take Golden State here on the money line, plus 143. I've got a win probability here of 49.4%. That gives me a 20% edge. And based on my handicapper factors, I got the final here, Denver 116, Golden State 115.8. I've got an edge here on the money line. So let's go Golden State money line here on predictive modeling. All right. That's going to do it here for this edition here of Predictive Modeling. We'll be back again tomorrow with another show. Let's go ahead and recap the plays from today's Predictive Modeling show. All right, we started off here with Bowling Green laying the 10.5. Then we came in here with Akron, Miami, Ohio under 38. Next up, Eastern Michigan, Toledo under 45. Brooklyn money line plus 178. And we come in here with the Warriors money line plus 143. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of Predictive Modeling. It's brought to you by Rhythm App. They sponsor us here at TonySpeaks.com. Bet smarter with Rhythm. Create those custom models. Create your own numbers. Become a sharp. Hey, sharps do sports modeling. So can you. It's never been easier to start modeling right now because you focus on your model and let Rhythm handle all the grunt work. So no more scraping lines, having to look for the variances, grading, find the best bets, find the edges. It's done for you automatically by the app. All you have to do is load in your 5 top factors. You can create multiple models. Many people do that. They'll like up to 3 models with different factors on each of them. And if they all line up the same and give you a 5 to 25% edge on a game, then you fire big on that. So just to let you guys know, we've got it there. All right. That's gonna. Yep. I guess Ben Simmons is a lot. It doesn't produce much points. That's based on my modeling efficiency, defensive efficiency, offensive efficiency. There. All right. That's going to do it here for this edition here of Predictive Modeling, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow, and we're back with another show. Remember, visit TonySpeaks.com. If you don't handicap on your own and you like your buy picks, well, we got the top cappers. We're giving you out the plays right now over at TonySpeaks.com. Top performers right now like Chauncey Giles for the year. I'm up there as well. Joseph Schultz, Hollywood Sam, Ramon doing well. We're locked and loaded here for a great action here on Wednesday. Our cappers are ready to roll here. So get those picks in there and get on board. You'll see that we also have the plays on our pick ticker. If you prefer, you may purchase the plays a la carte with team versus team information. All right. Yep. Based on my model says that doesn't matter to Steph. All right, that's going to do it for our show today, guys. Thanks a lot for joining me on Predictive Modeling for today's show. All right, that's going to do it. We'll be back again tomorrow with another show. We'll be back here in the drive-thru here in just about an hour. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys later.